In part 2 of this lecture, we're going to define knowledge, skills, and abilities. We're all familiar with the word knowledge, but let's take a look at how psychologists define it. Knowledge is a collection of information about a particular topic. There are 2 types of knowledge that we might study. Declarative knowledge is information about what that topic is, while procedural knowledge is information about how to do something. In this course, we focus on declarative knowledge, on exposing you to psychological principles that are relevant to psychology. When you graduate and you start working, you will begin to develop your procedural knowledge. You'll learn how to do things, not just what the steps are. We sometimes call procedural knowledge tacit knowledge or street smarts. You may have heard people talk about others who are book smart. They're referring to declarative knowledge, while they refer to other people as street smart, which refers more to their procedural knowledge. Procedural knowledge also tends to be goal-directed in that it seeks to do something, to accomplish something, and it's more practical and useful than declarative knowledge. However, declarative knowledge often forms the foundation on which to build procedural knowledge. Both types of knowledge develop over time with experience as we learn, and both types also enable us to develop skills. We define skills as practiced, habitual behaviors, something you can do really well again and again and again. Technical skills are job-specific, knowing how to perform a certain type of surgery, for example. People skills are those that help us work more effectively with other people. We might consider emotional intelligence a people skill. Conceptual skills are more abstract and help us understand the big picture, understand the system, understand how to apply a model to a situation. For example, a group of executives who implement a strategic plan. Skill development is dependent on a variety of different things, everything from knowledge that's related to this skill, people's abilities, their personality, and the amount of practice that they invest in developing the skill. And finally, abilities, which we define as broad categories of human capabilities. Think of these as more stable, permanent characteristics that many of us are born with. Some abilities, like the ability to lift heavy objects, can be improved, but the ability to smell, for instance, cannot. There are 5 broad categories that I want to share with you: cognitive, physical, sensory, psychomotor, and perceptual motor abilities. On the map that I showed you in part 1, you can see examples of each one of these categories. In the PowerPoint that I've provided, you can click on the link and view Fleishman's taxonomy of 52 abilities.